Alrighty guys, we're back for some Quintorius enchantments, and this is a March of the Machine, the Aftermath, Standard Brew. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. Also, we do got that Discord link down in the description if you're interested in joining that up. Okay, what do we got packed into the build here? First of all, this is actually a post-ban build, so Fable of the Mirrorbreaker, Reckoner Bankbuster, and Invoke Despair are gone. We are not going to see them in today's video, which sounds awesome to me. Okay, Quintorius Loremaster is a 5 mana, 3/5 legendary creature, Elephant Cleric, that's cool, has Vigilance. At the beginning of your end step, exile target non-creature, non-land card from your graveyard. Create a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token. Then for 1, a red and a white, you can tap this, sacrifice a spirit, choose target card exiled with Quintorius. You may cast that card this turn without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into a graveyard, put it onto the bottom of its owner's library instead. So overall, Quintorius is a pretty cool build around card. In this deck in particular, we're not trying to cheat anything huge out onto the board with it. Instead, we're kind of just using that top ability to generate spirits, and we got a little spirit theme going on in here too. So, yeah, how can we generate some spirits? Well, of course, Hallowed Haunting, all 4 of them. It's a 4 mana enchantment. As long as you control 7 or more enchantments, creatures you control have flying and vigilance. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, create a white spirit cleric creature token with this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of spirits you control. It happens to be a pretty powerful card overall, guys. We have a lot packed in here to pair really well with Hallowed Haunting, like Bitter Reunion, for example. We got all 4 of them. It's a 2 mana enchantment, and when Bitter Reunion enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do draw 2 cards, then you can pay 1, sacrifice it. Creatures you control gain haste until end of turn. So what ends up happening in the mid to late game, you could really just pop off by playing a whole bunch of enchantments on the same turn, then give all of the spirits haste. And it especially works well if you have a couple Hallowed Hauntings on the board too. Give them all haste, full swing, and you just close up the game. That's not going to be an unheard of line of play in a deck like this. So what other enchantments do we got packed in here? Let's go over the removal. We got 3 Candletraps. It's a 1 mana aura. I promise it's actually not that bad. It like, on the surface, it might look bad, but in a deck like this that cares about having enchantments, and for that matter, auras too, it's pretty good, man, and the Coven happens often. All right, let's go over this. So, enchant creature. Enchanted creature has Defender. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt by enchanted creature. So it just takes a very important creature out of combat. Sounds decent, right? The Coven ability is 2 and a white, sacrifice Candletrap, exile enchanted creature. Activate only if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, which isn't going to be too bad in here, honestly. So, yeah, I really like Candletrap. It's going to be interesting to see how much it actually does today. More removal. We got a couple Ossification. It's going to be excellent in here. We only have 10 basic lands, though, but I think we'll be fine overall. We actually have ways to grab basic lands out of the deck too, which we'll go over in just a second. Just a very powerful piece of removal that we actually see often, huh? Seal from Existence is a 3 mana enchantment. Does have 2 white pips up there, but that's not going to be too bad in a build like this. When Seal from Existence enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until Seal from Existence leaves the battlefield. But what makes this card cool is it actually has Ward 3. That is epic, dude. So now that Invoke Despair's gone, if this happens to be, you know, you don't have to worry about this being your only enchantment on the board, because Ward 3 is pretty good. I like this. I like Seal from Existence a lot. We do have like Invasion of Theros in here that can grab an aura, a god, or a demigod from our deck, and we reveal it, put it into our hand, then shuffle. We do have a god in here. I'll go over it in just a second. But the auras that we can grab is actually Ossification and Candletrap. So yeah, we can we could grab some removal off of Invasion, or if we don't need the removal, we can grab Heliod, the Radiant Dawn. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, honestly. So it's a 4 mana, 4/4 legendary enchantment creature. It's a god. When the Radiant Dawn enters the battlefield, return target enchantment card that isn't a god from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. Then for 3 and a blue Phyrexian mana, so for this build, it's always going to be pay 2, right? Transform Heliod, the Radiant Dawn, activate only as a sorcery. Transforms into the Warped Eclipse, which is a 4/6 legendary enchantment creature, Phyrexian god. You may cast spells as though they had flash. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each card your opponents have drawn this turn. So I don't know how often you actually transform this, but you never know, so I thought we'd go over it. Oh, speaking of which, yeah, there's a backside to Invasion of Theros. If you ever get all 4 defense counters off of this, you can have it come out as the Afara Ever Sheltering. Yeah, sure. It's a 4/4 legendary creature, enchantment creature. Ever Sheltering has lifelink and indestructible as long as you control at least 3 other enchantments. Whenever another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Honestly, pretty good, man. You probably want to flip Invasion of Theros when it comes time. Yeah, that backside is solid. What else do we got packed in here, guys? We have all 4 Spirited Companions because it's a really good enchantment creature. It enters the battlefield, you draw a card. Nice. It works well with a lot in here, obviously, like the Restoration of Eiganjo. I think we know this card at this point, but I want to go over it just in case. It's a 3 mana saga. The first chapter, search your library for a basic plains, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. So that helps us find at least a plains for the Ossification if we're struggling to find a basic land, right? Second chapter, you may discard a card. When you do, return target permanent card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, which works with everything on this front end of the build here, which is awesome. Or just a land too, right? On the third chapter, you exile it, then return it to the battlefield transformed, obviously. It comes out as Architect of Restoration, which is a 3/4 enchantment creature. It's a fox monk. It has vigilance, and whenever it attacks or blocks, create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token. So the spirit works well with the Hallowed Haunting spirits and the Quintorius in general as well, right? So yeah, a little spirit theme. I like it. All right, what else do we got here, guys? Well, I have a single Celestus. It kind of sort of works with the graveyard theme, kind of sort of, but also I just like having more ramp here in the 3-drop spot. I love Celestus. It's very good, and the life gain actually comes into play way more than you would think. We have a couple Elder Dragon Wars to act as kind of a board wipe, I guess. So it's a 4 mana saga with read ahead, and the first chapter deals 2 damage to each creature and each opponent, so that does hit your creatures too. Second chapter, discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards, okay? And then third chapter gets us a 4/4 dragon. It's a really solid saga, guys. It really is, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see this being played more now that Fable's gone, but we'll see. Okay, Campus Renovation is a 5 mana sorcery. Return up to 1 target artifact or enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Exile the top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn. You may play those cards. Yeah, see, we're not trying to grab anything that's more expensive than Campus Renovation. This is just kind of in here to grab something back later on. And it could be something really cool too. Like you could grab a Heliod back from the grave. Then you get the exile, the top 2 cards with the Campus Renovation, and you get that ETB to return an enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand off of the Radiant Dawn too. So like you just get a lot of cards right off the bat with the Campus Renovation hitting Heliod. So it could be something even more simple, like if early on they cleared up an Ossification and got an important creature back, you could bring it back with Campus Renovation or something. So yeah, kind of just a simple one-of addition. The top end, guys, 3 Eternal Wanderers. This is a 6 mana, 5 loyalty planeswalker. No more than 1 creature can attack the Eternal Wanderer each turn. The -4 on this is for each player, choose a creature that player controls. Each player sacrifices all creatures they control not chosen this way. Okay, pretty good, man. The 0, you create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with double strike, and the +1 here is exile up to 1 target artifact or creature. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of that player's next end step. So that could work with like our Spirited Companion if we have nothing important to remove on the opponent's board, right? It could work with our Radiant Dawn as well, or technically it could work with your sagas like Restoration, so that way you can get the saga abilities again instead of the Architect. I don't know how often that's going to come up, but yeah, I think the Eternal Wanderer is going to be great in here. Mana base, guys, got a single Jetmir's Garden, no green source. It's kind of just in here because it has white and red, and we have that potential to cycle it if we see too much land later on, which we do have 26 total land in here. Opted for all of the life gain land as well as all of the Sundown Pass and all of the Battlefield Forge. So a lot of dual lands. I have a couple Crucible of Defiance actually because it generates spirit creature tokens, which could help you close up a game if you have a bunch of spirits from the Hallowed Haunting. Activate a Crucible, get a couple extra spirits out there, buff all of your Hallowed Haunting spirits. So yeah, got a couple of these in here. And a Seat of the Empire, obviously leaning towards white because the deck is heavily leaning towards white as well. Honorable mentions, guys. I thought about Planar Disruption over Ossification. I just don't think Ossification is going to hold us up too much here. Temporary Lockdown, depending on what you're seeing, could be really good. Wedding Announcement didn't get banned. Here it is, guys. Yeah, this could have made the list, and honestly, maybe it should have. So it's in the honorable mentions for a reason. The Wandering Emperor, the normal Wandering Emperor, right? Not the Eternal Wanderer. It's definitely something to consider. Yeah, this one didn't get banned either, but I don't know how good it's actually going to be in here. We got a lot of 4-drops already, so just something to think about. And Nahiri's Resolve I thought about as well. I think cards like Bitter Reunion to give haste is going to be a little bit better in this particular build. Oh my goodness, guys, this one took me forever to go over. I apologize. Let's go ahead, take it into some ranked and see how we do. Alrighty, guys, we'll see if we can get right into that first match. Of course we do, right? We usually don't struggle at all to find games, which is very nice. Props to the game, man. It's literally been months since we've struggled to get into a match. Okay, yep, I think this is fine. We start with a turn 1 Sundown Pass into a turn 2, probably save the Ossification and go right into Bitter Reunion. Okay. Well, I'll get the planes down. And we will ditch the Battlefield Forge. We do have a lot of land in here. Woo! A little bit of lag. Don't know what that was. Probably my computer, honestly. I don't mind ditching the Eternal Wanderer either, but I think we're going to find more land anyways, so... Uh-oh. I hope. That'd be funny. Uh-oh. A Quintorius Loremaster. Well, we got our third. We can attempt the Invasion of Theros. Ossification open. Now I'm concerned, man. We do have a lot of land in here, though. And we're about to thin the deck a little bit. Maybe, if Invasion of Theros lands. It does not... Oh, it's an impulse. Okay. I was almost certain that it was going to be a negate or something, but... Alright, let's grab our second Ossification. Actually... Let's grab a Candletrap over the second Ossification. Being 1 mana, it might actually come into play. Just having a cheaper piece to target something. Ooh, okay, we did find our 4th, but now I doubt the Radiant Dawn lands. Yeah, we drew a lot of our top end in those first couple turns, which wasn't the greatest. Not great at all, honestly. We had much better things we could have drawn. Alright. I guess if it gets countered, it gets countered. I don't want to hold open nothing, you know what I mean? It's not like our enchantments. Wow! Okay, some normal spot removal then. I can imagine. Go for the throw, okay. Yeah, we had to try a creature, because if it actually stuck around, then we could have swung into the Invasion of Theros, which would have been very good. We had 1 more mana, actually, the Bitter Reunion. Oh man, we have so much removal and the opponent's not playing anything. Ah, jeez. That's rough. So... Let's see, let's see. Anything we can do? No, I don't think so. I think we just have to pass it back. Hopefully we draw our 5th. I'd love to get Quintorius down on the first match here. Impulse? Okay. Oh, is this my fault for sending the Battlefield Forge, guys? Oh, no. I'm never used to playing with so many land in a deck. Like, generally speaking, you'd think, like, you just pretty much draw one every other turn at that point. You know what I mean? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, wait. They are tapped out, so we do have removal for this. And this is when it dies. So, okay, okay. All right. We'll be fine. They're tapped out. We have so much removal in hand. Well, we did find our 5th. Quintorius could come down. Except we only have creatures and lands in the grave right now, unfortunately. So if I would have discarded the Eternal Wanderer earlier, that would have been much, much better, guys. That would have been so much better. They know we have Candletrap. Alright, it's just going to be a Seal from Existence. Get that off the board. And now we sit on our hands again. Yeah, Kinda just have to wait this one out, I guess. Until we, I guess, see more. Ooh, Ayara. I love this card. It's so good, man. It's so good. Glad to see it seeing play outside of my own builds. I actually have a build planned for tomorrow's video, hopefully. That runs Ayara as a one-of. Got Quintorius. I'd love to get something else into the grave here to pick up at the end. I guess we could give it haste with Bitter Reunion, swing at the Invasion. I just don't know if it actually lands is the problem, and I'd love to actually get it onto the board. If we had one more mana, we could have played around to Make Disappear. Ah, Make Disappear, you monster. Okay, the good news is, we still have the Ossification when it comes time. They're probably going to try to flip the Ayara here. Yep. Even if we were drawing well, this would have been an uphill battle, guys. Decks like this can be absolutely brutal. Oh my goodness, Breach the Multiverse. We are also playing with Breach the Multiverse. I guess spoiler alert in tomorrow's deck. Hopefully tomorrow's deck. Sometimes I switch it up. But I usually have a lineup of decks that I want to play for the week. And then sometimes I do end up changing it. Okay, they found another Hidetsugu. Or I don't even. Why does this game do this to me, man? There's so many names. Okay, Ayara, sacrifice it. Yep, I wonder what's on top. We're down to 15, they're up to 25. Wait. Did we just die? How much damage did we just take? How are we taking so much damage? Oh, GG opponent. Realm. Okay. Deals X damage to target opponent or battle. Gain X life, where X is the sacrificed permanent's mana value. Which was 5. Was I already at 15? And I wasn't paying attention? Excuse me, guys. Maybe I wasn't paying attention there, and I was already at 15. Very cool, opponent. It's actually really funny. Yeah, I guess overall we could have drawn a little bit better there. I mean, props to the opponent though. That was a very cool build. Yeah, hopefully we get to play our Breach to the Multiverse deck tomorrow, which isn't trying to do anything fancy. We're just kind of sort of ramping into Breach the Multiverse and a couple other top-end things to ramp into as well. And I think it's going to work out quite nicely, actually. Excuse me, guys. All right, I learned my lesson. We probably don't ditch a land off the Bitter Reunion. I think that was pretty crucial in the last match. Then again, we're going to be grabbing a couple planes off the Restorations. Ah, jeez. And Restoration could bring back a land, too, if we discarded something else later. Alright, very well. I've talked myself into it again. But if we don't see a land, then we don't go into Restoration. 26 land, guys. 26. Alright, I learned my lesson, I guess. I'll ditch the Eternal Wanderer. Hey, there we go. Okay, it's an untapped land, actually, so that was actually pretty important to see. To keep the ball rolling. Okay, Restoration. Grab another Plains. We technically have the double red once the Wind-Scarred untaps for the Elder Dragon War. It's not like it hits Lone Speaker anyways, it's just something to think about. Oh, a fight rigging build, okay. This could be fun. I guess the good news is they didn't immediately have a turn 3 card and then turn 4 fight rigging, right? So we could go Spirited Companion instead of the ramp. Tapped Mountain. Elder Dragon War, get a 4/4 to block. Or discard. Alright, let's see what we draw off the Companion here, right? Because yeah, I don't think we need the ramp. Excuse me, guys. I apologize for clearing my throat in your guys' ear. Restoration number 2 wouldn't be bad. Now we're getting too much land. Uh-oh. I like Elder Dragon War. I also like giving that dragon haste in case of an emergency too, so... Alright, we thinned out the deck pretty well. We still have 3 more Bitter Reunions in there, and Elder Dragon War can help us filter through these lands quite nicely, so... Yeah, looks good to me. Restoration's gonna flip next turn. Yeah, I don't mind everything we have right now. Just hopefully they don't cheat anything too massive out with the fight rigging. I mean, Lone Speaker ramps them into a 5-drop too, but I don't know how often that happens. Wow, Nissa. Wow. Do fight rigging decks run Nissa? I guess it makes sense. Like, it can generate a pretty beefy creature. Yeah, get a 4/4. Turn it into a 5/5, yeah. It makes sense. I just don't know if I've ever seen them play Nissa before. I like the addition. Okay, Invasion. Invasion of Theros. So this time, we'll do the Wind-Scarred because it's gonna come out on. It's gonna come out tapped regardless. So you want to do the one that's actually hitting tapped. Get a little life gain back too. It's a 3/4. So at this point, we could go. Well, getting Nissa off the board sounds really good, doesn't it? We go land, Elder Dragon War into a 4/4, give haste off Bitter Reunion, swing in the air at Nissa, clear it up, right? That's one way to do it. But I'd love to filter through these lands. At the same time, not sure it's happening. If we had 1 more mana, we'd go Invasion, grab Ossification, hit the Phyrexian Horror, give haste to everything, full swing at Nissa. See, we can't grab the other card because it gives this defender. I apologize, opponent, I'm thinking, buddy. Yeah, if we go right into Dragon, it might not work in our favor. But I think I am going to go right into Dragon. I know it's a lot of land that we should clear out of the hand, but that Nissa being alive is a little bit too much for our bit of spot removal to handle. So I think this is best case, and hopefully they just don't have another Nissa next turn. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. And hopefully we just start seeing more too. The deck hasn't been drawing super well. At least it doesn't feel like it right now. Definitely could have played these first 2 games out much better though, so. Okay, fight rigging, yep, let's see what they grab off of it. Ooh, nice, Flesh Gorger. Okay, they swing with the 5/5. Chump was Spirited. I would rather do next turn. Both of these have Menace though, so. Alright, Chump was Spirited, yeah. While we can, we might as well stop the 5 damage. Uh-oh, guys, more land. Oh, no. That's so bad. Alright. Sundown Pass. This is why it was, I really had to think through the Elder Dragon War play. Heliod, actually. I think we grabbed the Ossification, but Heliod could grab our Elder Dragon War back to our hand, and we can play it this turn. Is that better than just removal? What are we removing? Their Shakedown? I don't even know. You know what? I'm going for it. I'm going for the weird play, man. Could you guys imagine? Oh, man, I don't even know. Maybe Bitter Reunion. No, I think I want to filter through all this land instead of just discarding one, drawing two. I think I want to filter through all of it. All right, let's flip this for Lifelink and Indestructible, right? They don't have reach or anything. This is pretty sick, guys. Pretty cool, I guess, even though we're not seeing too much, really cool lines of play. They definitely want to get rid of one of the enchantments before swinging. Because it's lifelink indestructible as long as you control at least 3 other enchantments. So just get rid of one of our enchantments and then... Which I'm assuming they have some removal in here. Yeah, that'll do it. -1 on the Nissa. Exiles, right? Oh, it has indestructible. Destroy target artifact. I thought it exiled, honestly. I did. Yeah, the destroy doesn't hit the indestructible. So we got an opponent misplay, which was pretty lucky for us. Have them draw a card, sure. Yeah, go for it. Take it out of combat, right? Now we can successfully double block Flesh Gorger. Take that out of the equation, right? Which one do we... I guess an Architect would be better to lose than the Heliod right now. Maybe. Maybe not. We could double block here and see what they kill too. Let's just take the 5 because we're gaining 4 as well. I think this is just better. They're going back up to, what, 23 here, too. We're at 19. What a match, guys. I think we're in this. We got to get rid of that Nissa immediately, though. If we would have let the Shakedown Heavy hit, they would have been tapped out, but at least we have the Flying Dragon, which has been just working really well for us, huh? Can always flip this as well. Give everything flash. One less as well. Dude, I'm filtering through all this land, and I think I'm doing it this turn. Actually, I'm doing it before the swing, too. We're going, man. Oh, we lost our indestructible card because we lost an enchantment. Oops, guys, that was an oopsie daisies on my part, too. Now we both had an oops. Yeah, since I lost the restoration... that's funny. Alright, all of them. All of them. Get out of my hand. Probably draw more anyways, right? Campus Renovation, that's pretty good. Let's see. Could still technically flip this. It becomes a better blocker, it does. And then our cards will get haste too. Might go Crucible. Can't block well there. Yeah, I apologize, guys. Losing that lifelink was pretty bad. But I guess where else would I have blocked? Either way, if the double block happened... Either way, we would have had to double block, huh? So, I guess it really depends. 2, 3... Probably Bitter Reunion for the turn. Because we might see our Candletrap, too. Or we might just see more land. And we'll probably keep... Is Crucible better to keep here than Seat, since Seat doesn't hit too much on their board? Maybe. No, I think I'm going to ditch the Crucible. Campus Renovation's definitely good enough to keep around. Hallowed Haunting, that's what we wanted to see. Ossification is great, but we should keep it for something a little better than a Shakedown Heavy, right? And I'm just going to keep Seat of the Empire back, too. That's my turn. Might be taking big damage here, but we'll see. We'll see. This Hallowed Haunting would have been so good early on, guys. Okay, the Rex is scary. Ossification hitting the Rex is much better. It's got trample regardless, right? Trample, ward 4, haste, toxic 4, everything. Okay, right. Do we have them draw again? See, the menace is a problem, dude, and it just clears up everything. If we double block here, 9 getting through with the 4. We can chump the 5/5. We lose 2 creatures. Hallowed Haunting can come down, start to clear some stuff up with Ossification, but not the Rex probably, right? So 1, 2. All right. I'm going to let them draw. Take that out of combat. And then we're going to chump the 5 and take the 9. How do you guys feel about that? That's pretty scary business, man. The ward 4 on this, I don't know how we're getting around the ward 4. Realistically, I don't know. Unless we could, like... Okay, Hallowed Haunting. Man, those would have been so good early on. Ah, man, those would have been so good. Now, let's not forget we can give haste with Bitter Reunion, but... So what, we go Hallowed Haunting number 1. And we also have Campus Renovation too. There's a lot to think about here, guys. There really is. Ossification should take the Shakedown heavy. It'll stop their extra card draw. And now we do have enough blockers to take out the Rex when they swing. We'll just be losing a lot, unfortunately. We have Seat of the Empire. It won't be open, though. Okay. I'm pretty sure we take the Shakedown heavy. So that way we can stop the card draw. We have enough blockers. We're still at 10. Got the 1/1 there. Yeah, if they were a little lower. Maybe we should have just doubled down on the Hallowed Hauntings instead of the removal. Yeah, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could have played Seat of the Empire. We could have played Hallowed Haunting 1 into Hallowed Haunting 2, saved Ossification, let them draw one more turn off of their Shakedown heavy, right? And then next turn we could have played Ossification and paid the ward cost on the Rex. Oh, man. Sometimes we just need a couple extra seconds to think. And I know we had it there. I should have taken it. Then again, we don't always know what the perfect play is going to be, especially when you don't always know what's in the opponent's hand, too. You just never know, like, what could end up ruining the play that you thought through. So this is a good game so far, though. I think it's anyone's. Once the Rex hit, though, it probably started leaning towards them, because now we need to lose a lot just to get rid of the 1 card, which means we're going to need to catch up somehow. Powering up lands, fight on the Rex, yep. So it's going to be all of our 4/4s onto the Rex, right? I think so. I think so. They probably let us keep a dragon, honestly. Take 8 or chump the 5 again. We don't know what's in hand, so... I'll block. Well, is that Pain Land? Hold on. I'll block here, just in case they have to use the Pain Land, right? Take 3 down to 7. We don't have to chump here, but I think we do. I think we want to. Yeah, they probably let us keep a 4/4 flyer because they have enough life and everything, so... Another 1/1. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, when Architect blocks, you get the spirits as well, so... Honestly, not bad, dude. Shakedown heavy comes down. Okay. Alright, let's see what we can pull off, man. Land, not cool. Not the greatest. So Hallowed, and we drew a lot of land this game. Seat of the Empire actually hits the heavy now, too. Hallowed number 2. Campus Renovation is going to be good at some point. Oh my goodness, guys. You'll have to let me know in the comments what would you guys have done throughout this game. There were so many different decisions. Holy cow. So we'll let the Shakedown Heavy swing, and then we'll hit it with the Seat of the Empire. We gotta keep blockers back in case they find spot removal. I was thinking about keeping this in hand in case we could trade it out with another Bitter Reunion, but I don't think we do. I think at this point in the game, we want as much mana on the board as possible. And we only have 2 Bitter Reunions remaining too, so. Alright. We keep it all back. Architect can't successfully swing into a Shakedown Heavy. It would have been great to start swinging with this, but yeah, they have too many chunky creatures. Woo! Speaking of chunky creatures, Titan of Industry hits this board a little bit too hard because they can take out an enchantment, and they probably want to hit our Architect, right? Shield counter wouldn't be bad for them, but except they know enchantments have a lot of exile removal, so maybe just a 4/4, go wide, man. But earlier we got rid of our Eternal Wanderer. We still have 2 more in the deck, guys. Eternal Wanderer would hit this board so hard. We just let them keep a Loam Speaker. Oh man. Yeah, it's the little decisions throughout a game. If I would have kept that earlier too and ditched a land, and then we ended up drawing all that land too. Ah, man. Sometimes you just really don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, get rid of a Hallowed Haunting. Yep. And a 4/4. Yep, go wide. That all makes sense to me. Very good play. A very good play with the Titan of Industry there. White rigging. Probably Shakedown Heavy, right? And then our Seat doesn't hit it. But they don't know we have Seat, obviously. But I mean, it's a card that's played. Okay, they're thinking go wide, spread out the damage as much as possible. So we're going to decline here. We have Seat of the Empire. Take out the Shakedown Heavy. And we have a great double block into the Loam Speaker. Where none of our creatures die. And we get an extra spirit. I like that. Take 5 down to 2. We could have chumped, but now I'm thinking, like, if we can get more spirits. Well, now we got to take care of the Titan of Industry too, which I think Campus Renovation will help us do quite nicely. Fortunately, you got to cast with Hallowed Haunting, so hopefully we find something a little cheaper. I don't have any removal in my grave. Uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh. Well, we know it's going to be Campus Renovation. What are we grabbing, though? Honestly, Bitter Reunion to help us find removal. Elder Dragon War. Get our dragon back. We can at least double block. Restoration. This is 5 mana, guys. We have so much in the deck that can deal. Is it going to be Bitter Reunion? And Hope. Let's see. We're seeing a lot of cards here, man. Candletrap, let's go. Okay, get rid of the Wind-Scarred. Yes, okay, this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I'm talking about. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. Not just one of those cards, those cards. We got Quintorius in hand now, too. Candletrap's going to come down. We're going to trap that Titan of Industry and exile him. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Candletrap is awesome, dude. I love it. We can't swing into the 4/4. We can swing here, but I am pretty paranoid about removal. I think we'll be fine, though. We got to start getting damage through. We're almost 40 minutes into the video. This game is taking forever, man. I hope you guys are having fun, though. I know a lot of you have expressed that you have a lot of fun with the longer games as well, so... Obliterator, and our Candletrap's in the grave. Well, Quintorius could help. The problem is, we need to see more enchantments off the top, like, immediately. Okay, into the Flesh Gorger, huh? Okay, well, I'll take those trades. Get them out of here while we can. And it's definitely trading, but they're gone. Watch us draw the Eternal Wanderer now. Well, either way, we would still be going down to 1. Ossification off the top is so good. Holy cow. Oh my goodness. All right, Ossification will hit a different basic planes, just in case they got some kind of fancy land destruction, which I don't think they do, but okay. Quintorius comes down. Do we still swing in the air this turn? I'm playing it all out, guys. Even if we see another bitter reunion or something, I'd rather just have it all on the board here. Do we swing in the air again? We can't swing into the 4/4. Poor Architect of Restoration, just not doing too much here. I'm going to hold back this turn until we get better spirits to block on the ground. How do you guys feel about that? And Eternal Wanderer could be a good one. We can't take too much damage from the ward. Our only bet is to... Alright, Eternal Wanderer is a good one to exile with Quintorius. Yeah, the ward on this is pay life equal to the Flesh Gorger's power, which, so our only bet is to actually block that when it comes time. Which, yeah, they can't swing into that successfully. Oh, very nice draw, guys. Spirited Companion is great for us. Yep, everything has flying now, too. Do we have enough in the air to just full swing? Let's see. 3, 4, 8, right? 11. So we give haste and full swing in the air. Oh no! Oh no! That was one of our enchantments, guys. All right, well, I'm embarrassed. We're playing the Eternal Wanderer now. That was one of our enchantments, so we ended up losing the flying that we needed. Oh man, hey GG opponent. I know it was definitely a long enough game, and I think we finally pulled enough like card advantage and everything on our side. I just can't I can't with myself sometimes. Guys, we're 42 minutes in. Let's go ahead, hop into one more game and try to make it a fast one. Like, I'm talking, let's try to get there before the 50-minute mark. And if we don't, and it starts leaning towards the opponent, we'll just give it to them and go talk about this build again. It's no big deal if we give it to the opponent, right? Woo! What a game, guys. I don't even know how long it ended up being, but it felt like a long one. It felt very long. Opponent goes first here. That's a good hand. This is a great hand, dude. Alright, Sundown Pass. We'll get that down turn 1 here. Make sure we don't take damage for the companion, and we get to keep seat back. It's not bad. Yeah, at some point, you know, it is definitely like a mid-range deck, obviously, and so it has to know how to pull the card advantage in its favor, and that last game was a perfect example of that, guys. Like, it did really well. Getting the favor there, that was awesome. Okay, Denix, Grelv, okay. We got some legends over there. This should be a scary build to go up against overall. Spirited Companion, remove the Denic successfully. No, we can't. Skrelv can give hexproof. Yeah, hexproof from that color. So we're just going to go right into Restoration. Just going to stay on track here. Thin out the deck a little bit so we draw less land. Yeah, that's right. The last game we could have drawn a lot better too. Wow. And that last play with the Bitter Reunion, that would have been sick if we had one more enchantment to play. You know, like one more Candletrap, anything. Then give them all flying. You gotta be careful with that Bitter Reunion. Yeah, the sacrifice on it. Sheoldred. Hi, Sheoldred. You guys already know if you're in the Discord, I would have loved to see Sheoldred get the Banhammer. More land, because why not? I guess Spirited Companion's fine. We don't need to ramp. We're going to be doing... Denic. Darn it. Guys, Dennick's on the board. Skrelv protects the Shieldred. Oh no, guys. Oh no. So yeah. I'm sorry, guys. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna do better. I promise. I promise I'm gonna do better for the rest of the videos for the week. Oh my goodness, dude. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna get a drink of my coffee. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, Dennick prevents us from bringing it back, so we just wanted to decline that second ability. Wow, they go for the Restoration over the Radiant Dawn. I guess that makes sense. More land off the top, sure. I guess Seal from Existence has to hit the Skrelv here. They're keeping the Skrelv open for a reason. And, you know, anything they give hexproof to. Also playing around to make disappear, which I don't know if Legends does. So we gotta take the Skrelv, right? Other words, they just give whatever else the hexproof to white. And the Ward 3 is a perfect example. Like, look at this Lauren. Having to take out like a Ward 3, that's not happening. Wow, Soaring City for the Skrelv, and now they can play it next turn. We're in trouble, guys. We flooded out big time. And this was such a bad play, it's not even funny, man. I'm so sorry for discarding the Spirited Companion, guys. It was so bad. You gotta watch out for Dennick, man. And Dennick's definitely played in these Legend builds, so. Okay, Candletrap doesn't get us the Exile, unfortunately. Seat of the Empire. They're just waiting out that Shieldred, huh? Yeah, we might as well. What's another 2 life, guys? That Shieldred's gonna win in a couple turns anyways, so like we gotta do something at some point. I guess giving Candletrap haste. And we have Seat of the Empire open here too. We have both open because Heliod's legendary. I'll put a stop before they swing. Candletrap really only successfully hits Skrelv though, unless we do this turn. Which in this case, they can also have us draw on the Lauren too. We do Candletrap now and get it prepared for Shieldred. The plan here isn't to stop Shieldred from attacking. The plan here is to eventually exile with Coven. If we do it now, the Skrelv isn't open because it doesn't have haste. Seat of the Empire doesn't take care of Shieldred, and they're obviously not attacking with it. So I think that's fine. More land. Oh no, guys, we're flooding. We don't have ramp in here technically, do we? We have mana fixing with Restoration to grab planes. We have draw off of Companion. Wow, they have a make disappear. Wow. Oh, the opponents really had it here, guys. So they're stopping the Candletrap by getting rid of the Lauren after the tap there. Wow, guys, I'll tell you what. These Legend stacks, these are going to be scary regardless of what you draw. Even if we didn't have 4 land in hand. I think the best thing for us would have been an Eternal Wanderer, and they would have countered it with a Make Disappear easily. Oh, Guardian. Do we see Guardian often in these builds? Huh. Nice. Skrelv, okay, yep. Get that swing through with Shieldred, and then it's gonna close up in no time. So we can't block with either, because this still has white in it. And Seat of the Empire is not gonna do anything against that. It only hits her 4 damage. Ooh, Quintorius, nice. Down to 2. Well, overall, I think it was a cool build. It definitely just did not draw well, unfortunately. And even if we did draw well in this particular game, I think it would have been a very uphill battle. Quintorius doesn't pick anything up because of the Dennick. Oh man, the Dennick. Yeah, that messes with a lot in this build, huh? I guess technically Denik messes with a lot just in general, doesn't it? Go for the full swing. And, well, I guess we are forced to chump there, right? We're taking 2 regardless. That's why the full swing happens. Well, yeah, we hit Skrelv and we're actually down to 1, but then the Sheoldred finishes us. So if we finish Sheoldred, then... Oh, they make sure to give that indestructible. So we could take out Sheoldred, take 2 here, or take out Skrelv, take 2 from Sheoldred. I guess Skrelv is the cooler play, right? And then Sheoldred ends the game, unfortunately, guys. I think we'll be saying that often, you know what I mean? Sheoldred's gonna be a pain. Then it comes back as the Pious Apparition. A good game opponent. Wow, we saw another land off the top. Okay, guys, I'll tell you what, we gotta talk about the land in this deck, huh? I guess so. Overall, this was a really fun time, though. I think this style of Boros, I really do think there's some power here somewhere hidden underneath all of the bad draws. I think there's some power here, I really do. Here's the deck list again, guys. The concept of having Hallowed Haunting in the same deck as Bitter Reunion has been something that we've been playing with a lot since Bitter Reunion actually came out. Well, I shouldn't say a lot. We played with it a couple times, and every time it's actually pretty good. You do have to be careful, though, if you're relying on the flying and vigilance. If you sacrifice Bitter Reunion, you better have another enchantment to play that turn. I think Candletrap might have been worth a 4 of, honestly. I think there would have been a lot of moments where seeing this more often would have been good. I do think we're going to be up against a lot more aggro, too, with the bans. Mono Red and Soldiers is something we didn't see today, and I'm surprised by that. So, well, we didn't get to see too much because of our longer matches, but still. Something you're going to see, and you're going to wish you had a Candletrap in a lot of those games, I would say. I could also just see the third Ossification. We really didn't struggle to see our basic land at all, especially since our restorations were grabbing the plains for us, too. 26 land was probably too much, guys. If we go down to 25, maybe we'll never see a land again, though, so I don't know. Probably more testing is required, is the concept there. Quintorius didn't do too much today. We did get some spirits, though, in that middle match, which was awesome. I would have liked to see this do more. We did cast an Eternal Wanderer from it for free too, but I think all of that was pretty unnecessary because we were so late in the game already, and I think we were really starting to gain advantage in that match too. So I really like the Radiant Dawn. I like Campus Renovation. Elder Dragon War is a good one, guys. I could see going up to 3 of these too, depending on what you drop. Spirited Companion's awesome. Did we see Celestus today? I don't believe so. I think it's still worth the 1 of, honestly. And also worth the 1 of Invasion of Theros, too. Just being able to either grab the Heliod as a creature, or Ossification or Candletrap as removal. I like that. I like that a lot. And then if you flip it, it happens to be pretty good. So I had a lot of misplays today, guys. I apologize for all the misplays. It was kind of silly of me, honestly. Some of those were really bad, like playing right into Denik's hand by discarding the Spirited Companion for the restoration. I think we were going to lose that game anyways, but that was really bad. So guys, hey, if you made it this far into the video, then y'all are champions for real. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.